There never was nothing about Much Ado About Nothing. It's a play about many things. Instead of being set in Elizabethan England or in Italy, as Shakespeare originally wrote it, our production is set in the city of Monterrey, Mexico, in the year 1836, immediately following the Battle of the Alamo. It also gave me the opportunity to learn a lot more about Mexican folklore and culture, costuming, what the architecture was like.
You have peasants, you have some wealthy people, and you have some soldiers. Placing it in a different time in a different place is working fine, and I think the students are enjoying it. My students in here are learning a lot from working on a period show, just honing their skills in stitching. There's a lot to do and plenty of opportunity for all of them.
I do the plans and we turn them over to the shop staff. Mike Salazar, the technical director, and we have a staff of about 8 or 9 work-study students, and we also have a lot of student volunteers who need to do production work as part of their class requirements. So they're the ones that actually execute the design as I come up with it. The performers are actually rehearsing in the space now as we're building. We're kind of sharing space back and forth, which makes it a little more of a challenge. We can't work as hard and we always have to leave it ready for rehearsal at night. But it gives them the chance to get familiar with what their set's going to be.
Started my research with the Library of Congress and looking at their video archives of classical dancing in the 1800s, trying to get our own variation on that specific for this play.
Mexico at the time in 1836 was really a brand new nation.
Adjusting the play and setting it like we're doing right now, we're setting it in Mexico, helps the people in this area in particular relate to the play.
All the emotions are absolutely true. People still feel exactly the way his characters feel. It's why the plays have survived for 400 and something years.
I think one of the wonderful messages of this play, and something that I really believe in, is love comes in all shapes and sizes. I mean, people that you might think should be together sometimes don't think they should be together until a certain point in their lives. But I like a lot of the messages in the play about virtue, about honesty, about, you know, being a person of integrity and treating the people that you love well as you can, giving them the best of yourself.
If you've heard about Shakespeare, or if you've read Shakespeare, but you've always been afraid to see him, this is a good play to start with.
So I would recommend to anyone, just please come and see the show. And just because it's Shakespeare, don't think, oh, it's scary, I won't understand it. You know, you'll be surprised about how much you will understand and how much you can relate to.
Don't be afraid of Shakespeare. Shakespeare is very accessible. A lot of things just about human nature and human relationships haven't changed since then. People who come to the play will see things that are familiar, and they will hear language that is familiar.
It's funny. It's kind of a surprise in parts. It's romantic. It's silly. And also it gets kind of serious in parts too. Shakespeare likes to cover all the bases. But it does have a happy ending. It is a romantic comedy, for sure.